Hi guys, welcome to the official week 1 of Online Comp 1. Great job these first couple of days. I know the email assignment seemed kind of silly, but it just kind of helped to get you acclimated to know how to email me, make sure that your attached documents translated correctly. I emailed people back just saying, thanks, got it in the last couple of hours. So if you didn't get an email back from me, that means that I didn't get your email. So be sure that my email address is correct and try again. And also be sure that when you're emailing me, it's always lckolb@ecentral.edu. Sometimes autofill puts in student or adjunct, an old email address that is defunct. So good job. One thing that I did notice in a lot of people's kind of practice MLA formatted papers is that the page number was missing. So when we go to formally do typed essays, just be sure that you have the header figured out where you do the last name and page number on each page. Okay, I think that's all for that. So for this week, look over the week 1 assignment and kind of poke around in the forums just so everything kind of makes sense. What this week will look like basically is that you will do your reading, and you have quite a few readings from your textbook from the preface and the education section that you'll be reading and responding to in the forums. So read carefully and remember to annotate the text, to mark it up, to make notes to yourself in the margins, look things up that you don't know what they mean, underline or mark passages that you just think are really powerful. Always kind of remember this semester and beyond to be an active participant in what you read. Critically think, critically read. Look deeper than what's just on the page. Don't just sit back and let it happen to you. Dig in, dive in, mark it up, and look things up so you really can understand the writing better, and that will make you a better writer. When you have finished reading, you'll enter into the discussion forums. So, and kind of pace yourself depending on kind of when things are due. So for both of the discussion forums, you will need to, for each reading, answer one of the discussion prompts for each reading. So what I will do when we read essays and selections is give you a selection of prompts to choose from in the discussion forums. You just need to choose one, kind of indicate which one that you're responding to, and put that in the forum. You need to do that for the readings by Sunday at midnight. And then by next Wednesday at noon, you need to respond to at least one classmate's post. You might have a further question, you might agree with the person or disagree with the person and kind of explain why. So get in the habit of interacting thoughtfully with your classmates. Look over all of the other things that I posted for this week, just to be sure that, again, you're acclimated to everything and you know where to go for certain things. So even though I am not having you do a lot of citation this week, know where to go. Poke around on the OWL website, look at the comp references sheet that I gave you, and look around in your Little Brown Handbook a little bit, just so you're totally prepared and your tool belt is full to tackle the rest of the semester. You also have a quiz this week. I've given you a PowerPoint and a really good handout, a PDF of the 10 most common writing errors. So at the college level, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the nitty-gritties, like how to use a comma, how to use a semicolon. I will do that individually on your papers, kind of depending on what your weaknesses are. But as a class, we're not going to focus heavily on grammar. So what this week we're going to do is just kind of, it should be a bit of a review for you. At some point in your academic career, you've gone over these things, certainly. But this handout and the accompanying PowerPoint are just about the common errors that we make, whether it's using a comma improperly, improperly placing modifiers, fragments and run-ons, the things that I most commonly mark on students' essays, this is just a nice handy guide to how to spot those problems and correct them. So go over that carefully, and you'll take that quiz by next Wednesday at noon. I've also posted your journal assignment for the semester. Take a deep breath as you start the journal. I think it seems a little confusing at first, but as soon as you jump in and start, it makes a lot of sense. So there's a Word document at the top of the class called Journal, Word document, and it has all of the questions and quotes that will be prompts for you throughout the semester. So what you'll do each week is reflect upon one of the essays or selections that we've read. Maybe you'll go a little bit deeper or explore something a little bit further than you did in the discussion forum. And then you'll also respond to the question, the discussion prompt, the reflection question that I've given you, and the quote. And the quote might be something that just makes you think about something else, that makes you, you agree with it or you disagree with it, and I ask you to explore that a bit. Each week you'll have about 6 entries, and you'll notice that the questions and quotes aren't numbered by week. That's because we kind of move fluidly through the themes, and whatever theme we're on, that's where you should be. So this week, you'll tackle the journal, you will respond to one of the essays that you read, and then you'll respond to the questions and quotes that have to do with writing and education. So hopefully that kind of makes sense as you start. You can either keep a Word document that you just keep adding on to throughout the semester, or you can keep a blog on Blogspot or WordPress. Moodle has a blog function too that you can use. It's not great, but you can use it. I strongly encourage you, if you're going into any field that will require any sort of communication, to try out blogging and kind of get your feet wet and try to do Blogspot or WordPress, because that's a really good skill to have to make you marketable as you go out into the workforce. At the end of the semester on July 22nd, you will either email me an attachment to the Word document, or you'll email me a link to the blog where you've kept your journal. If in a week or two you're thinking, okay, I just want to kind of make sure that I'm doing this journal thing correctly, shoot me an email. I'll look at what you've got so far and tell you that you're going in the right direction, or if you need to tweak things a little bit. Don't let the journal stress you out, but do it every week. Don't wait until midterm, don't wait until the end of the semester. You'll make yourself absolutely miserable, and you'll find that the questions I give you to respond to throughout the semester will help you in your writing assignments. So that won't help you if you procrastinate and put it all off until the end. So do your journal diligently week by week. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, remember that it's easier than it looks. It just has an amount of flexibility that students sometimes freak out at first about, but you'll be fine. It's totally doable. I think that's it. Oh, in terms of the education theme that we're tackling this week, you also have a video to watch. It's Ken Robinson talking about how schools kill creativity, and students typically love this video. It's great, and we can talk about that more in the forums as well. I'll post a discussion forum for that too. So watch, read, listen, be sure that this all makes sense, and start writing your journal and take that quiz. So get off, start with a bang. The summer will go very quickly, but again, if you tackle it week by week and you kind of stay on top of things and pace yourself, then you'll be absolutely fine. Let me know if you have any questions. Either email me, or if it's kind of a general question, if a link isn't working or you think other students might have the same question, post it in the questions and concerns forum that will follow us week by week. I will check that frequently in addition to checking my email frequently. Okay, let me know if you need anything, and good luck this week.